How's it going, everyone? So I wanted to take the time to maybe do a Q&A. Let me just adjust this. I don't want it to be too loud and stuff. To do a Q&A. So I'll take some of the questions that were asked over the last couple months because I've been delaying like a Q&A video for so long that I just never got around to it with like Third Strike coming out, with work, blah blah blah. So instead of doing a Q&A to some casual gameplay or even to a Call of Duty video like I did when I was in PEI for work, I figured I might as well just do it over webcam or something. So here it is. I took a bunch of questions that I just kind of found scattered around the channels, so I'll try to take the time to like answer them now. And Third Strike questions, of course, or some questions were about me, but um, Akivir, aka IVAR, asks, "Why are 360s harder to do in Third Strike? I don't feel that they are. Maybe other games have more standing frames, so that because the thing about 360s or standing 360 is that you can actually do. Let's assume that you don't need a 360, okay? Because most of these games you don't actually need a full 360 motion. Let's just pretend it's a 270 motion or something like that. I'm not sure what the actual requirement is. Your character has to complete that 270-degree motion, and then you have to push punch before they leave the ground because you can't hit 270 without your character jumping. You'd either jump forward, up, or jump back. So your character has to probably, since you're going to down motion as well, you're going to be crouching, standing, and then jumping for a 360 or for a jump. So you have to make sure that you complete that 360 while your character crouches and then stands and then jumps, because that's how the animation goes for a super jump. So it's possible that in other games that you're referring to, I'm not sure which game you said that it felt easier to do a 360 on. It's possible that in that specific game, the character has more crouch frames for a super jump or more stand frames for a super jump, so you have more time to do the 360 or the 270 in this case. So that's a brief explanation without knowing exactly what your question is. Personally, I don't think it's actually that hard at all. M. Maricom asks, says that he has some difficulties with the Chun Li after he does the Super Art 2, and he's not sure about the mix-ups. Well, mix-ups, there's never a cookie-cut solution in Third Strike. It's not like in Street Fighter 4 where you can always have a safe jump or a safe option select to rely on. In Third Strike, in Street Fighter in general, there are four things you can do on an opponent's wake up. First of all, is hit high. And by a high, I mean like an overhead, or like a stand fierce with the Shoto, something that can only be parried high. You can hit low, which is like a crouching roundhouse with most characters, crouching forward, crouching short. Like exceptions would be like Makoto's crouching roundhouse doesn't hit low, but you know what I mean. Okay, because of crouching fierce does. So hit high, hit low. Okay, you can throw, and this is kind of standard for every Street Fighter game, not just Third Strike. So you can throw, which can't be parried or blocked in any direction, or you can do what a lot of people forget to consider as an option for a mix-up, which is nothing. So hit high, hit low, throw, or do nothing. And that do nothing aspect could mean block, it could mean take a step back or dash back. You're better off taking a step back, or it can mean third strike and parrying. Sorry, parrying and third strike. So those are the four options. So your high option is most likely going to be like a meaty universal overhead setup, which is in video, I think video 2 that I released, which is Universal Overheads Part 2. Might have been Part 1. Okay, so after you do the Fierce, after the Super, do Jump Fierce, and then do Universal Overhead properly timed, you can confirm that into Super. Your low option would be to, first of all, do nothing, which is kind of wave back and forth, and then you can also just either, instead of waving back and forth, you could then go straight to the low medium kick, and then you can confirm that into super. So the reason why I mentioned do nothing before you do a low medium kick is because you might want to maybe bait out a throw, which is the whole part of doing nothing in the first place. So you might want to see if they whiff a throw. So there's the high, there's a low, and of course you can throw. Or in Chun-Li's case, the amazing option is to Kara throw. So maybe consider that. Okay, so high, low, Kara throw. Um, Another high that you can consider is the stand roundhouse, the really close one, the knee, and you can super jump cancel that into super on a confirmation of a hit. So that's really important as well. Okay, so you got to think about what the four options are, which one you want to take. There is no formula to what you should do at a specific time, and most of the people that say, hey, they have a read on their opponent, they're talking shit. So if you're messing up, then it's not your fault. Okay, and again, another example of a high could be, so universal overhead, you can do stand roundhouse, you can do back fierce. I wouldn't do far fierce or towards fierce. That's kind of silly, because if they get hit by a far fierce, that means they could get hit by a back fierce, which can be confirmed to a super, and that means they can probably get hit by a stand roundhouse if you're close enough, and you can confirm that in the super. So why do an option that doesn't confirm the super? Okay. R Guntix asks if I'm ever gonna make a Sean tutorial. Now I know that I'm a Sean player, but you have to remember that Sean is a really shitty version of Ken. So I'd rather do a Ken tutorial, and then you can just take all that and apply it with Sean, because any way that Ken can land a super art 3, Sean can pretty much land his supers as well. I mean, just not every single situation. There are certain situations where it's simply not going to work with Sean. That's why he's a shittier version of Ken. He has a short jab short, he has a short short, he has low forward after a parry, he has the stand fierce for, let's say, into the fierce uppercut into super after full punish. With the third super, he has the crouching strong, he has the stand roundhouse, the close knee. So really, I'd rather just do a Ken tutorial. This person's name is either No884 or Number884. He's asking if I can do a charge partitioning tutorial sometime. Definitely, but the thing is, I'm not good with Urian, and I will never ever claim to be. The one time I tried to explain tackle tackle headbutt, it turns out I was doing that completely wrong, and apparently there was like a charge partitioning way of doing it, and I didn't even know that. I'm not gonna even pretend that I did, because I don't use Urian. Like, I use Alex, and but I don't even use charge partitioning that much with Alex unless I'm just trying to set up a stomp. So what I want to do is, if I want to do a charge partitioning tutorial, or a Urian tutorial is probably what you're getting down to, because that's what everyone wants to know, then I'd rather ask I'd rather ask ACK, who's like probably one of the most famous Canadian Street Fighter players. He uses the Red Urian. I think he's the only foreigner to win like one of those Rambats in Japan. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, just I'm sorry, but that's what someone told me. I'd rather ask Ack, since he's in town. I think he's still in town. Or yeah, he was on Friday at least. Or I can ask RX 50 Cent, like good buddy of mine. So you can check out his video. Shout out to RX 50 Cent, and he has a lot of Urian videos on YouTube. So it's RX, as in, RX 50, and then Cent, as in the rapper. So RX is in the Street Fighter player, 50 Cent as in the rapper. So type that in YouTube, you get a lot of combos from him. I might be more inclined to go with RX 50 Cent, because his English is a lot better. Because Axe's English is just like fucking terrible. I have so many ideas for videos that Ack has given me, that I was like, hey, let's do like a video together where maybe you can explain in Chinese and then I'll just translate into English. But he's like, what the Japanese taught him, there were some Yun secrets and stuff like that. He doesn't even know how to explain it in Chinese or English, so he's not sure how to explain it in general. Like, it's all up here, but he doesn't know how to say it because it's so advanced. Okay, so maybe if I can get down with Ack or RX 50 Cent, then I'll do a Urian tutorial. Shinku Godzilla asks, is there damage scaling in Third Strike like Street Fighter 4? Definitely. If you want to test it out, just do like use Yun, just launch him in the air and just keep doing dash punches. You'll see how little the damage does eventually. Or use Ryu and do the first super, the Shinku Hadouken, and in the corner you can do another one. Just pay attention to how little that second one does. No videos for sale asks what I meant by punishing a parry. I'm not sure what I meant when I was saying that, because I don't really refer what you're referring to, but maybe I meant that you can follow up into a super or uppercut if your opponent parries, because very rarely will someone parry more than once. So something like Ken's low strong can be confirmed into super, but if you parry it, I can make a decision to either cancel that into super or do nothing. And against players I don't know, after someone parries low strong, I'm always going to do the super, because Scrubs don't really parry more than once because what 5 Star told me, his words, even though I already knew this, but uh, what he said was that you should always be parrying moves, not directions. So you should expect certain things to come out, and then you try to parry that. So if I think someone's going to do low strong into super, then I'll parry the low strong, and then I'll expect the super to come out. So I probably won't even punish the low strong. Not a lot of people do that. Most people will parry low. I'll do a low strong. They'll think, oh, okay, I got the parry that I wanted, but I'll cancel in the super. So your parry just cost you some health. Okay, so that's probably what I meant. Wandering Ryu asks, does Mopreme still play? Well, you should really ask him, but I happen to know this anyway because I stalk him all the time. Mopreme, his real name is Mark. He actually plays every Friday at Arcade UFO, or it might be UFO Arcade, in Austin, Texas, which is an arcade there that is overseen by Fuberduck, who is an amazing Street Fighter player, so shout out to Fuberduck. And Mopreme plays there every Friday. All the top players play there every Friday. In fact, they recently had the SPO qualifiers there as well. Okay, so he plays every Friday there. So any of you in Austin, around Austin, if you want to play him, go there every Friday. Yeah, I just told you guys where to find Mopreme. Yeah. 8-Bit Mario asks, can you DED with Makoto's crouching medium kick in the SA1? The answer would be no, because the whole point of DED... Sorry, that would work, but it's not really DED. The whole point of DED is that you don't know whether the attack's going to hit, or whether it's going to be blocked, or whether it's going to be parried. You just do it anyway. With Makoto's crouching medium kick into Super Art 1, which is the beatdown super, that one's a hit confirm. You can see it, because it's a link. It's not even a cancel in the first place. You can't cancel for crouching medium kick, the one that hits high, into anything. So it's not really the same thing, but I know what you mean. You have a little bit of meter, you just do the crouching medium kick. If it hits, then it gives you the meter, then you do the super. You're absolutely right. But it's not really DED. Super Smash Brother asks, was one of my parrying videos shot in a bat cave? I didn't really know what you meant. If you meant like, if you're trying to talk shit like, hey, your video looks like shit, then yeah, I totally agree. So I'm totally with you on that, because I know my videos, they don't look good. I can't edit videos with any type of fanciness like Maximilian can, or Renix videos are really good, right? Renix cool, but I'm trying to learn. It just I don't have the time to learn Photoshop like Premiere just yet. So give me some time. End Authority asks, what's the secret to getting Chun's medium kick in the super? Because he can't seem to get it on the left side. You're either mashing or you're playing on pad, and you're just not taking the time to get in the training mode. So honestly, there's no secret. You just got to get it on training mode. All right. Gieslebt, Gieslebt asks, what's beneficial to practice with Dudley? Dudley has a lot of things that you definitely need to learn. Number one, I would say at a beginner's level, learn to do crouching roundhouse into ducking, which is half circle forward with kick. I always use the medium kick, so ducking roundhouse into half circle forward, and then if it hits, do another quarter circle forward into punch, and you'll get a hit confirmation into a super. Okay. Also important would be short super. Also important is towards medium kick, which is like a gut punch. You can confirm that and link into super. And also crouching, the towards roundhouse, which is the really good overhead. You can link that into Super 1 and Super 2 and Super 3. I'm not sure about 2. Who cares about Super 2? 1 or 3. It's even easier in 1 because it comes out faster. And it reaches a lot farther. Okay, and obviously machine gun combos. You have to learn to at least EX machine gun blow into ducking upper for everyone, and learn how to do 5 crouching roundhouses in the corner against the characters that you can do that against, and punish it up. Luke Sama asks how to parry a super. Honestly, you have to press forward before the flash for most supers, but it really depends on the distance. Assuming that you're standing right next to the person, then you have to, if Ken does low forward, you parry it, and he does a super, you have to tap forward before the flash comes out. Okay, that's 100% necessary. Some supers are slow, so the ones that come out fast, you definitely have to parry before the flash. Okay, so I'm gonna play some more Third Strike. Like I love Third Strike online. Don't get me wrong, but I can't red parry. I can't hit confirm a lot, and the teleporting around really sucks, right? But it's all we have, and I'm gonna keep playing it for a while. And I hope you like this Q&A. Maybe I can do this every week or something. It's a lot easier over webcam. All right, so subscribe, and please follow me on Twitter at RoydRoydRoyd. Peace out.